So what are the immediate needs in phase one? Physical safety, right? Maybe you need to get an STI test. Psychoeducation is huge. Knowledge is power, right? Generally speaking, the vast majority of betrayed partners who I have worked with, they have no problem getting some psychoeducation. They are on the internet. They are listening to the podcast. They are reading the blogs. They are ordering the books, right? And here you are doing this webinar, right? This is psychoeducation. It's huge. It is huge for betrayed partners. And one of the reasons for that is because there's so much treatment-induced trauma that can happen if you go to help in the wrong places, okay? Boundary education, which is really a form of psychoeducation, but this one's so important, I broke it out on its own. And I say initial here because boundary education is ongoing. It's gonna look different in phase 2 than in phase 1, all right? Screening for trauma. How bad is your trauma? Do you need EMDR? Do you need brain spotting? Do you need DBT? Do you need additional care for your trauma? Screening for co-occurring disorders. And a lot of people, listen, I'm done tiptoeing around this, all right, because I care about you and I love you. Okay, a lot of people say, oh, you can't talk about co-occurring disorders with people who have betrayal trauma. That's pathologizing them. That's blaming them. No, I've done this work long enough to say, if I don't screen for co-occurring disorders with a betrayed partner, I am not caring for them to the best of my ability. It is not about pathologizing and blaming them. It's about reality. And the reality is, if they have generalized anxiety disorder, or if they meet criteria for a major depressive disorder, or if they maybe meet criteria for obsessive compulsive personality disorder, or they meet criteria for past traumas prior to the betrayal, good grief, that's going to impact their care. That's going to impact the treatment plan to give them the best care and to empower them. And so we need to look at those things. And some things, though, I'm not going to label a partner as borderline, right after they've had disclosure, because I can't rule that in or out when this has just happened, So I'm not saying any of those that suddenly shift the blame we want to label, but my goodness, things like major depressive disorder or anxiety disorders or past traumas, that's going to really be important. Okay, really, really important. How would one go about being tested for all those things I just named? There are a lot of ways to do it. The main thing to do would be, so really high level, go to a clinical psychologist and get a full psychological evaluation. Lesser than that, go to a master's level psychologist and just ask for a full biopsychosocial evaluation. That's what I would say there. Okay, so that's really important. Basic grounding techniques. So am safe, feel safe, box breathing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is a sensory grounding technique. There are lots of grounding techniques. I've got a whole webinar on grounding techniques called Feet on the Ground. Those are an immediate need, right? Some immediate needs. And then another immediate need is a support network. It's just so important